This is another gay horror pod with Stuart Ross and Jesse Tabbitt.
No. Jesse.
Stuart.
It is funny. My energy I bring to the beginning of this podcast is often very telephone game Bye Birdie coded, which I don't think is a reference you're going to get, but someone listening is going to get Bye Birdie.
I've heard those words before, and I know the game telephone. So I'm going to say...
Bye Birdie opens with a group of high school students calling each other to tell them about the gossip.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And it's the song called Telephone Game, and like the movie version is like graphic. It's like 60s, but like very graphical of like each person's on the screen in their own little window. It's great.
Okay, so let's pretend I got that reference, and now I'm gonna laugh. Oh, Stuart!
It actually is meaner when you laugh and you don't mean it than when you.
I know that was pretty mean. That was mean.
But here
I'm sorry.
I am.
I know. How are you doing?
The week of my birthday.
I know. Happy birthday, baby!
Being bullied by Jesse.
Oh, please, on brand.
You know what? The life I've chosen to lead.
I said for your birthday, I'm getting you some of your own medicine. Is what I said.
And here I am, spitting out my own medicine.
Spitting it out. 21. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I don't know. I like birthday, but then also as I age, they mean less.
Yeah.
So it's like 37.
Good age.
Okay. When my parents were 37, they were done having kids. And my mom had a 36-year-old geriatric pregnancy. And
really?
Here I am, 37, just like nothing. I'm married. I'm not like nothing, but like it's like I'm never gonna own a house.
Yeah, well,
avocado toast I bought.
It's also you live in one of the most expensive cities in the world.
Yeah. And
I do think that's got something to do with it.
I can't stop buying Blu-rays. So.
I know. You can't stop buying the same Blu-ray multiple times.
I haven't done that much recently.
No, listen.
So I do buy most of my Blu-rays through Amazon, so that if I go to buy a Blu-ray and it says previously purchased February 2023, I go look through your shelves, bitch.
Nice.
Don't buy it again.
So you are growing. You are changing.
Growing, I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm living. I'm laughing. I'm loving.
Okay. Good.
I saw the Odyssey for my birthday.
Yes.
Which I loved, and I was like, there's some horror stuff in there. There's some
totally
a little bit.
Totally. Yeah, I saw it as well. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. That's the first thing I thought when it ended too. I was like, I might even go so far as to consider this a horror movie. I'm not going to, but But some might. I mean, Odysseus' face is... let me preface this by saying I've never read the original text. Not the original text. I've never read the Odyssey, so I didn't really have a lot of context for what was happening. But most of the obstacles on Odysseus' journey are like terrifying.
Yeah.
Like there's body horror, there's graphic violence, there's monsters. I'm ready for Christopher Nolan to make a horror movie.
Yeah, when he's ready to make a horror movie.
He's ready.
He said he was recently talking about Curry Barker and Kim Parsons and was like, they're the future, and like also should I?
Yeah. Christopher Nolan's a real one. He's in the theaters. I've seen photos of him at Burbank 16. I saw him maybe like twice at ArcLight Hollywood back when it was open. He's in the streets. He's a man of the people, and that makes me really happy. Cut this. Or clip this, sorry.
Clip this. Cut this.
Christopher Nolan, huge fan of this pod. We'd love to have you on if you want to come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw it 70 mil IMAX?
I did. Yeah.
It was do that still.
It was what format did you watch?
I saw it regular 70 millimeter, but I went to the Alex Theater, which was really cool because it's like an old kind of Greco-Roman inspired theater.
Okay, so that you were locked in.
So it's got like pillars, and we were like they had a mezzanine, so we were the second row of the mezzanine, dead center.
Ooh.
I actually hope they keep showing movies there. It was a really
Yeah.
Good. It's like a 1,400 person theater.
Where is it?
So it's in Glendale.
Okay.
But seeing a movie with that many people was just like because like the last hour of the movie is like people cheering.
Yeah. No, I mean,
anything happens, and it was like electric.
Yeah, it was the same. I think in the last 30 minutes, my audience applauded no less than 6 times. It was
like every time anyone did anything. Sometimes people were applauding, and I was like, I don't even get it. I don't know why they're applauding.
I mean, I would imagine a lot of Odyssey heads are excited. You know,
my previous exposure to the Odyssey, I thought I had read it going into the movie. I was like, I feel like I might have read this, and like 20 minutes, and I was like, no, I saw the Simpsons episode about it.
I thought I might have read this. Yeah, my previous reference is "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" by the Coen Brothers. So,
and the Simpsons episode is titled "Doe Brother, Where Art Thou?" So,
who's doing it like the Simpsons?
I think we read some of it in high school, but I think a lot of I went to public school. We did a lot of like, oh, we'll read an act of Julius Caesar. Oh, we'll out loud read for a day the Odyssey and sort of get the gist. There wasn't a lot of like, go home and read the whole Odyssey.
Wait, the public school of it all being they
I don't know why I'm assuming private schools are making you read more.
Yeah.
Because honestly, and maybe I'll cut this, not a lot of people I've met who went to private school are that smart. Actually,
Wake it up.
I'm keeping it in. I was college prep. I prepped for college. I did the reading I was supposed to do, sort of.
Yeah. Okay.
Did I know my way around the cliff notes every once in a while? Yeah.
Yeah. You famously don't read. You famously loathe reading.
I choose not to. No, I like reading sometimes. I don't know. I actually keep being like, I'm trying to set. I like to set intentions at my birthday, not at the New Year, because this is my New Year, and I was like, I should like read a book every quarter.
Oh my God! So for your party tonight,
and actually, so
you're gonna make
I consume a lot of books, but I listen to them on audio.
I'm gonna need you to pick up. No, I get it. I get it. I can't do that.
Well, it's when I'm working, I drive all the time, so it's a lot of like, but like I was like to pick up a book every once in a while and be like, oh, words. Sure. Also, I hit 16 hours of screen time on Tuesday, and I can't. I literally deleted like 4 apps from my phone because I was like, this is dangerous.
That's crazy because you're not on set right now. You're not working.
I'm not awake for 16 hours a day. How am I looking at a phone that much?
You need to put it down, babe. You need to touch the grass.
We're not here to talk about my screen time, which is concerning. Which many a person has said, why are you still playing Candy Crush? And you know what? I'm not. I deleted it from my phone.
Wager it's still got to be one of the most popular apps available.
Yeah, it is truly the best high I've ever achieved.
You say more.
Playing 40 minutes of Candy Crush while Captain Sandy yells at Australian men on Below Deck Mediterranean is the most at peace I'll ever feel.
You know what? I can't criticize you too much because, as you know, I love video games and I lock in for hours.
I will say, to give you credit, I think the video games you play are a little bit more productive than the candy I'm crushing.
It's a little more dynamic on my end.
Yeah, I think like, oh, you're like trying to find a key and then like going under the bridge and solving the riddle and then like, putting the key in the right hole. And then, like I think I have like a thing where I'm like, there's productive TV watching and non-productive TV watching, where it's like, if you watch a movie that's productive, especially for us, if I sit down and I watch a movie, that's a little bit of work. That is research for my writing. That's research for this podcast. That is a productive use of my time. If I sit down and I watch 8 hours of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 7, because that's what's on the channel.
Yeah.
That's not productive.
You're switching your brain off. More or less, you know? Yeah. And
I feel that I've been like, I think it's time for me to start a Real Housewives podcast so that my Real Housewives watching is just productive.
Yeah.
Because it's just like reverse engineering productivity.
Yeah, but you love it. You know, you work hard. You deserve to treat yourself.
I am unemployed right now, so I don't work that hard. But
yeah, in your defense, you have a lot of free time. And and guess what? When you are working, you're so busy.
I
So
have no free time. So
you have no free time. So you're kind of balancing out your life. And I appreciate that. You're an inspiration to us all.
I've always wanted to hear you say that. I wake up every morning and I go, "Will Jesse love me today?" And then some days you do and some days you don't.
You know what? My lawyer's not here, so I can't. I'm not going to comment on that. But what
I did have you swearing on the Bible before we record every podcast.
Yes.
You go, "I, Jesse, swear to tell the tea, the whole tea,
Yes.
nothing but the tea."
Yes. We have you and I both have off camera just a stack of Bibles that we reference and touch regularly. Let me back up. We talked about reading. There is one book that you read physically, and that's the Bible.
Yeah.
This joke
is what's happening. I only read Leviticus. And I still don't understand what the movie has to do with that chapter.
That verse. The Odyssey?
No, it's the chapter of Leviticus. The verse is the little section.
Okay, got it. Yeah,
it's the chapter. Yeah, I'm right.
Oh my God, yes, religion.
I'm a confirmed Catholic, Mama.
Yes, same, and I couldn't tell you.
My confirmation name, William.
Original. I literally don't remember my confirmation.
It's probably Jessica Tabbitt.
Well, Jesse's in the Bible, so I would imagine.
Do you know how close your name is if you say the wrong first name to Jessica Rabbit?
I am aware of this, and you're not the first person to point that out or to call me Jessica Rabbit. In fact, I used to get it regularly.
So I'm Stuart Little, as we discussed in our last episode, and you were Jessica Rabbit. And actually, Stuart Little's not as bad as Jessica Rabbit. So
Stuart Little's not as bad as Jessica Rabbit.
I'd rather be called Stuart Little than Jessica Rabbit. Like when people are people bullying you? Is this like a middle school thing?
No, I don't think so. No. I got a lot worse. I feel
F slur.
Yeah. Well, that's truer than you know. I think that Jessica Rabbit has actually aged well, and I would say it's a little cunty, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I actually think, go ahead.
To loop back to our episode today.
Right. Good.
A homophobic slur in the early 2000s was essentially a hello.
Oh my God.
I forgot, because we were talking this week, as you know, because you clicked on the episode.
I did.
About the 2005
yes, you did, listeners.
Hostel.
Sorry,
and oh boy, was I not prepared. And not even in a bad way. I kind of actually find the use of gay slurs in the way they use them calming.
Artful.
Yeah, where it's very like, this is just the language we used to use.
Well, I also think it was, maybe this is obvious, intentional, because it makes their torture go down easier.
Yeah.
None of these guys are good guys. They're all racist, misogynistic, and homophobic. So
last night, when I was at Fat Slut, 40 feet away, Meatball said the F slur, and I turned because I'm so used to her calling me the F slur. And I assumed she was talking to me, but she was talking to someone else.
She was referencing Hostel 2005.
Yes, she was like Hostel 2005.
2005. Yeah.
Headline on this movie, I really enjoyed it. A lot more than I could have predicted.
Fun fact, I've never seen it. Granted, I've seen the second one multiple times. But I've never seen the first one, I think because I've just heard, I don't know, I've heard mixed things. But yeah, I had a good time as well. It's breezy, it's watchable.
Yeah.
It's a lot funnier than it was marketed to be.
Yeah, Jay Hernandez, problematic but hot king in this movie.
Yeah, he is hot.
I don't care how bad he is.
He is hot.
Care how bad he is.
So is the Icelandic actor, kind of. At first I was like, meh. Oh yeah. At first I was like, and then he like, I don't know, kind of like grew on me, and I was like, wait a minute, I want to have sex with you. Yeah. But yeah, these guys are.
There's a lot of gay subtext in this movie.
I think there is a lot of gay subtext. Yeah, ironic, like you said, because they really are throwing around the F slur a lot, and they say like that's so gay at times that make no sense.
When they're told they have roommates at the hostel, he just goes gay.
Yeah,
but
I'm
that's
like,
what it was like.
Well, yeah, I mean, he like at one point calls a friend or calls one of the boys, Jay Hernandez. I think it's Jay Hernandez. Calls one of his friends. The friend doesn't pick up, and then he just says, "You're gay."
Yeah,
and I'm like, what?
That was the 2000s.
That was the 2000s. There was a lot going on, and I put together some fun facts. Speaking of a lot going on, I put together some fun facts, and I can run through those now if you'd like.
I would love it.
There's no shortage of them, which was refreshing, but there's a couple of cameos in this movie. The director, Eli Roth, appears at around the 3-minute mark as an American customer in a Red Sox jersey. And then at around 9 minutes appears Quentin Tarantino as a shirtless German man screaming from a window. So Eli Roth said...
That wasn't even scripted.
I was going to say, Eli Roth said, I want you to stay on brand, just go with it. And Quentin Tarantino said, absolutely no problem. Quentin Tarantino, executive producer on this, feels both random and not random at all, considering
My first
the
note
subject
about
matter.
This movie is the menacing presence of Quentin Tarantino presents.
Yeah. I mean, they really shoved that into the marketing, right? Like,
yeah.
I remember as a 15-year-old seeing that and being like, okay, you have my attention. Because otherwise, this movie, I mean, Eli Roth was a new director. You know, this movie, torture porn was like kind of coming about, but hadn't really like sort of, the word torture porn kind of wasn't yet in the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
This movie really solidified torture porn. In fact, I think it was called, the subgenre was like splatter, was considered splatter, and then a critic deemed it torture porn. So that all that to say, Quentin Tarantino's name went a long way. And then another cameo at around the 54-minute mark, Takashi Miike plays a businessman at the warehouse.
Yeah.
Which is pretty incredible.
Again,
this movie,
not scripted. He was just at that warehouse.
He was just at the warehouse, which is on brand for him as well. The main trio stay in room 237. As we know, that is a reference. There's a room 237 in The Shining. Kubrick's The Shining. Yeah. At around an hour and 5 minutes, the porn film The Guard at the Factory watches is Sex Fever, the X-rated parody of Eli Roth's first film, Cabin Fever.
That's
that is funny, and honestly, Cabin Fever is pretty good. Pretty good. It's really gnarly. You want to talk about some good body horror. Eli Roth hired real street kids to play the Bubblegum Gang, which I actually didn't know those kids were called the Bubblegum Gang until I Googled fun facts.
So that is actually debatable.
Oh, tell me more.
That has been claimed.
Okay.
But there's never been any, like, evidence presented.
Okay.
It might just be a thing someone said in an interview once that was not actually
confirmed. I mean, how would they confirm that? It's not like the Bubblegum Gang has like a piece of an official page. Well, it's not like they have like a license. Like they just all go around and have
I know
like
they were hiring
licenses.
Local Czech actors.
Right.
And so I think that they probably just hired like rough looking kids. And we're like, they're a real gang. And it's like, well, are there really street gangs of kids wandering around the Czech Republic in
Eastern Europe? Listen, we don't, you know what, for all we know, yes, because we weren't there.
Yeah.
Me reading every fun fact. We weren't there.
There's no way to know for sure. We weren't there.
We weren't there. And last but not least, this one really took me out. Eli Roth asked the president of Iceland for an official pardon for making Icelanders look like drunken sex maniacs with the character of Ollie. The president reportedly laughed and gave Roth the pardon, saying it represented a side of Icelanders not shown in films.
It is really funny because the country of Slovenia was really mad about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Eli Roth offered no apology to the whole country. that he made seem like a place where you could go murder people for money. But I like that he was like, you know who I am going to apologize to? The people of Iceland.
The minister of Iceland.
For one character.
You know what's funny is, like I said, the marketing was really self-serious and scary, and the movie itself is kind of like silly and a comedy. So I almost feel like if the marketing had not been so alarming, these people wouldn't have been as upset.
No, and it's like I do get if you're Slovakia,
right? I thought.
Is anything real?
Slovakia, yeah, Slovakia.
No,
Slovenia is also a country. They're both countries. Slovenia and Slovakia, right?
Slovakia. Sorry, it's Slovakia is the country that.
Wait, is Slovenia also not a country? Oh my god, I should really. This is our American is really jumping out.
Well, no, and it's so. Eli Roth's defense for this movie was Americans don't know anything about Slovakia, which you and I have both just proven.
Right.
And that they're probably just going to think it's a made-up country, and they're not going to hold it against the country. And then his further evidence was like, nobody doesn't go to Texas because the Texas Chainsaw Massacre exists, which is like an okay point.
Yeah, but I think Eastern Europe is just so sort of like abstract isn't the right word, but like no one's. I feel like around this time, no one was really like seeking to go to Eastern Europe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they were. Prague is really beautiful.
And then we have. I mean, this was also the time of Eurotrip.
Yeah.
They also in Eurotrip also end up in Slovakia.
I feel like this country just targets countries all over the world, obviously, but especially in pop culture, in movies, they're like, we go through periods of time where we dial in on, we're like, Eastern Europe, we're coming for you, and we just like exploit the shit out of like their culture.
Well, I think Taken, or one of the Takens, also takes place in like Slovakia.
So I feel like Taken and Hostel share a lot of DNA.
Yeah. But yeah, that's I really enjoyed this movie. I like how like we're done talking about it and we're just about to start talking about it.
Those are fun facts for you. There are plenty of others, but I wanted to highlight my favorites.
So famously, this movie gave me the only meme I've produced for Gay Horror Club that's ever been removed.
Oh.
And it was Jay Hernandez with the ball gag in his mouth. That got removed for sexual content.
You know what's crazy? I think the grossest parts of this movie are actually whenever the characters puke.
So much puke and snot in this movie.
They're puking in like... it just made me realize you don't see puke on camera. You don't see puke in movies a lot. And the circumstances around the vomit are like gross, right? It's like he pukes with a ball gag in his mouth. So the puke spews around the ball. And it's like really visceral and gross. And then prior to that, another character... I guess he doesn't really puke, but he's got puke running, like he has puke all over him, and so it's like stained. His shirt is like stained. It's like brown. It's not great. It's not ideal to look at. Not that guts are more ideal, but I just mean I think we're you and I are like inundated because we're watching guts all the time for this podcast, and like I said, barf isn't really like. Often in the equation.
No, I usually.
Does that make sense?
No, the words you said were words.
Reassuring.
Yeah. We meet Paxton, Josh, and Ollie, who are smoking weed and fucking people across the continent of Europe.
We start literally one of them, they're in a bar. One of them brings a girl over who, I'm going to be honest, doesn't look well. And Jay Hernandez's character says, we can't rail a girl in a coma.
Literally, his save the cat moment is not raping someone.
I was like, okay.
I actually do think the most menacing part of this movie, in retrospect, is like the early 2000s, like sexual politics. Because it's like, oh god, like the early 2000s was just like a terrible time for like women.
Well, this kind of we've touched on this before, but it's post 9/11. I feel like the country did sort of like whatever progress we made culturally in the 90s. We sort of like we took 8 steps back and became like almost like MAGA-esque in like women are sex objects, men are tough, they will defend our country. Like it just felt very like violence is the answer, and it's like
for a couple years post 9/11 every movie was sort of Porky's, which is not a thing I thought was going to happen.
Like
this and Eurotrip and like it just was like comedy was so. It's why so many people are like canceled in retrospect for like their comedy from like 2002 to 2007, because it was like, and it's like in retrospect everything was pushing the envelope. Gore was pushing the envelope, comedy was pushing the envelope, but the comedy was like, I don't know, like I've gotten so used to Gore, but like looking back and just being like, we can't rail a girl in a coma, and I'm like, is that a laugh line?
It's not. I hesitate to say low-hanging fruit, because it's not. It's just like, what the, it's like, that's a stupid, that's not even, who's laughing? Shortly thereafter someone says it's a fucking fag fest in there.
I'm laughing at that though,
which you've said.
I am. That's actually the night I'm co-hosting at the Eagle next month, Fag Fest.
But guess what? I don't like to hear it whenever Jay Hernandez says it to his straight friends. So as a
final girl, Paxton is like corrupt.
Yeah. So I immediately was like, okay, they're terrible. I'm okay with them dying. So from the jump, like I was like weirdly on board, because I knew a reckoning was coming.
Yeah. So they go from the night. Well, at the nightclub, Ollie is filming himself having sex with a girl and sending pictures on his flip phone to them.
In a stall, by the way.
In a stall, yeah. And then they go to a brothel where they try to convince Josh, who's getting over a breakup, to have sex with a sex worker. Paxton and Ollie both fuck people. Josh does not.
Right. Josh is a good Christian boy.
Yeah. Well, he's later. I feel the movie thinks he's gay. And he does fuck a girl, but like,
yeah. Well, he talks about like he had his last girlfriend was like in high school. He dated her for, I think I wrote it down. Actually, I know I wrote it down. He said something like, I was a senior, she was a junior, and we dated for a while.
Yeah,
that's kind of like the
graduated. He was like, "Oh, it's weird for me to be dating a girl from high school," and
they
broke up.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. There is gay subtext. His apprehension to like, take any of these beautiful women is peculiar, considering his company.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But
he's gay. It's a fucking fag fest in there. We're gonna have a lot of trouble posting this episode and getting flagged.
Actually, like, because we're now, in case anyone is interested, we are now on YouTube. I don't even know. I don't even know if you can say that word on YouTube.
I don't even know either. And so I think maybe we issue
episode explicit.
We issue a retroactive disclaimer. There's homophobic slurs aplenty in this movie, and unfortunately, we do have to reference them because they're integral to the plot.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, more than anyone's name in this movie, they say the F slur.
Yeah, no, literally, yeah.
They all go back to the hostel, but they've missed curfew, so they're not allowed back in. They're loud, annoying Americans. They are yelling, trying to get back in. People start throwing beer bottles at them. And then a neighbor named Alexi lets them into his apartment, where he is sitting as his friend has sex with a girl, just also in the living room.
Yeah. And Ollie is like, oh, hell yeah. And sort of like,
he's just watching.
He's watching. He's really into it. Once again, there's some subtext there. I feel like it's funny that they're like, that Jay Hernandez is like, roommates, that's gay. And then Ollie is like, let me watch this guy go to town. Right? I don't know. I find that very interesting.
Are you saying sometimes the gayest thing is watching straight sex? Maybe.
I could be saying that. You said that.
I said it.
You said it.
And just because I said it means you said it, because we co-signed
by association. Yeah, it's true. That's true, actually.
But so their plan is to go to Barcelona, where they have a friend they can stay with, and they want to have more. Their whole trip is sex. Which, like, great, I love it.
Right.
But
Been
then
there.
Alex pulls out a digital camera with a bunch of pictures of him fucking 3 girls and says, "You should go to Slovakia."
Yes.
And this is where, so I Googled it. There is not a recent war in Slovakia at this time. He says there's a lot of pussy there because all the men died in the war. But like, I literally Googled this because I was like, I don't think that's true. Famously, when the Czech Republic and Slovakia split up, it was like referred to the something divorce. It was truly like they just were like, we're no longer the same country, but we're still friends.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that was kind of sort of like a lie to just get them to go. That was kind of like, and maybe even also a test to see how stupid these Americans are. I mean, Alex says to them,
they passed the text.
they pass the test, and I mean, Alex says to them, they hear your accent and they'll fuck you. Meaning the girls will hear your accent and they'll say, "You're an American. We love Americans." So I think thank you for that information.
But so they decide not to go to Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
They decide to go to Slovakia because they want to have sex with women. And so they take a train because Europe has a really great train system.
True.
A creepy guy sits in their booth with them. He's eating a salad with his fingers, which in the current diarrhea lettuce epidemic was troubling.
You were activated.
I was a little active. I ate BLT for lunch the other day, and I was like, "What if I die?"
I know.
Who's going to record Hostel?
I had a salad too, and then shortly after, accidentally, I said, "Oh my god! Like, if I am I going to have to record Hostel from the toilet, camera off?"
Yeah, which wouldn't be the first time you've done it. So
that's true. Business as usual.
I actually literally was like, "Well, I'm drinking a glass of rosé, so I think the alcohol will kill the diarrhea."
Me as a 16-year-old, I've got a cold. I'll just chug a bottle of vodka. And that's honestly the mindset of the characters in this, the lead characters in this movie. But yeah, the German guy picking on the salad, and then he sort of comes on to
Josh.
Yeah, and Josh is like, "Whoa, dude! Whoa!"
His hand on his thigh.
Whoa! I'm not gay. Whoa! Hold up!
This isn't a fat fest in here.
This isn't a fat fest, okay?
Yeah, that's the other car.
He says
this is the business car.
yeah. But anyway, the German is like kind of embarrassed, seemingly, and is like, "I'm so sorry," and kind of like scampers off. Gotta say, side note, this movie's kind of a pretty good advertisement for the train system in Europe.
Yeah,
pretty good. It's featured a lot in this movie. Beautiful countrysides. I just want to.
It made me want to go to. This was filmed in the Czech Republic, but it makes me want to go there.
Yeah, I've wanted to go to Eastern Europe for a while.
Yeah,
like I brought up Prague earlier. Oh my god!
Should we record pod tour of Bratislava?
Should we record Hostel Part 3 from Croatia? Actually, you know what? I know this. Hostel Part 3 takes place in Vegas, so maybe we should fly to Vegas.
Oh, I've been there.
And then and then we can.
I don't know what's scarier: an imagined version of Bratislava, Slovakia, or the real life Las Vegas.
I'm gonna say the real life Las Vegas by a long shot, babe.
Yeah.
But yeah, at this point, the German with salad fingers scampers away.
He scamps. They get to Bratislava. They're kind of underwhelmed by the train station, the taxi system. They get to the hostel. We get a really long camera leering on the woman checking them in at the hostel. It's like creepy.
Have you ever stayed at a hostel before?
No. Have you?
Yes, a couple of times, and they were both times were good experiences. One was
I have stayed at a hostel once. I'm sorry.
This is kind of crazy.
School. Sorry.
One was in a plane in Stockholm that was converted into a hostel. You were gonna like this. The cabin, or not cabin, the front of the plane where the captain sits, well, they converted into a bar, which was fun.
Ooh, I do like that.
But yeah, I stayed in a hostel also in Asia, and I woke up one night and my bunkmate was jerking off.
And you
was looking at porn. Oh, I said, okay. There were, by the way,
Was it someone
three
you
other.
knew?
No, there were 3 other guys in the room, and I said, whoa, okay.
Where was this?
This was in Beijing. Yeah.
When did you go to China?
I did a semester in Hong Kong. I studied in Hong Kong.
You lived a whole life before we met 3 years ago.
True. It's true. So while I was in Hong Kong, I went to China for a little bit, and yeah, it was great. Changed my life.
Party.
Changed my life. And
you saw that guy jerking off and you said, definitely gay.
I said, whoa.
You're like, I didn't even know this was an option.
I said, I love hostels.
And then you got kidnapped and tortured to death.
Exactly. Yeah, and here I am. In astral form.
And we love
recording Hostel from the astral plane. So
I don't care what plane you record it from, as long as you record it.
Thank you for saying that.
So they're informed that they have roommates. Paxton says that's gay. And then they discover how not gay it is when they go upstairs and meet Natalia and Svetlana, their hot female roommates. They go to the sauna with them. Ollie talks about how he shaved his balls.
Yeah, once again.
Which is, I'm gonna say, a bad look.
Well, also Ollie is like takes off his towel, sort of like is like kind of prancing around, showing it off. The other boys are like,
and you're just aroused the whole time.
Yeah, I'm like, what is?
He is like creepy hot, kind of. I get it.
Yeah. Oh my god. He had this like there was like this little cute little smirk he did in a taxi later in the movie, and I was like, oh, this is cute. No, earlier. I think that was before they got to.
Yeah. We also at this point know that he has a kid back in Iceland.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I find male friendships, they can be really. I wish more men were more open, straight men, let me say that, were more open and comfortable with being around each other and not being so caught up in like this like homophobic sort of like subtext. I don't know. I feel like Ollie is okay with it. Well, but the Americans specifically are like, oh, this is gay. Like we're like rooming together. That's so gay. It's always really refreshing to me when I see 2 heterosexual men just kind of like being affectionate for each other and like caring for one another. And I'm just like, I wish there needs to be more of that. Why are you so fucking worried?
Straight men are raised to think that the only people they can be friends with are other straight men, but if they do it the wrong way, it's gay. Right. There's one way to do it. They have to be really good friends with straight guys. They have to be very close quarters with them. But they can't like.
Well, also, especially in Western society, straight men are sort of more or less kind of taught to suppress emotions, right? Or suppress anything that could position them as weak, right? And like showing affection is vulnerable and by association makes you weak. Like I think it's really unfortunate, and so there is a part of this movie where it gives me pleasure to see straight men being friends and getting along, but then they call each other fags. Yeah. Fagging out. I love to see straight men fag out. Like I just wish straight men would fag out more.
I mean, my like barometer for a straight man is like I love a straight man that's a little fruity.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know.
Like I want to be like, is he? And then I'm like, he's not. But he, like, God was flipping some switches and he didn't flip the last one. That's what I like in a straight man.
Yeah.
I like a straight man who's almost entirely a gay man, except for loves women.
I think here's what I think. I think I just like it when people are friendly.
I don't like that.
Really?
Yeah, I want people to be mean.
No, I like it when people are friendly.
Not me. Couldn't be me.
No, that's not true.
I like when people match my freak.
Stop. You like when people are rude to you? Actually, you probably do like when people are rude to you, because then that gives you the opportunity to say, fuck you, bitch, which you get great pleasure from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we leave sauna, we go to nightclub where Vala, who's the front desk employee, is dancing with Ollie. And then a bunch of the like roving gang of kids was Slovakia's main problem with this movie. They had a lot of problems with this movie, but Slovakia did not care for the portrayal of everyone's so evil here that kids will bully people until they give them candy.
Yeah, it's like, don't go to Slovakia. There's groups of wild children running around.
The streets are Lord
accosting
of the Flies.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Demanding candy and vengeance.
Yeah. But the Dutch guy from earlier who put his leg on Josh's thigh comes back and is able to get the kids to go, and him and Josh go inside and have a drink. He sort of tells Josh like, yeah, I was straight just like you until I wasn't. And Josh is sort of like, interesting. But doesn't dwell on that much because Paxton yells faggot and Josh falls back in line.
Josh is so just generally uncomfortable with himself and clearly not confident, and doesn't know who he is really yet. And I think that is unfortunate.
Yeah.
And and his friends are kind of attacking him for that.
It is like, I think a remake of this movie could be really interesting now.
Oh, go on. That's all.
I think the politics have changed in enough ways that you could actually make like kind of a serious character study of this movie.
Yeah.
And really like dive into, like, you could even do it as a period piece from 20 years ago, but just have it from the modern lens of like, Josh is gay, Paxton is homophobic, but also I think Paxton at the end of the day, if Josh was gay, would be like, you're my favorite faggot. Like, I think he wouldn't like hate him because he's gay. And that's like, it's a weird nuance that is lost on like a lot of homophobia from the early 2000s didn't come from hating gay people. It just came from a lot of misogyny, because a lot of homophobia is linked to feminine behavior.
Femininity, yeah.
But then also just sort of like, it is just how we talked. This movie would be interesting for someone who's like 15 years younger than us to watch, because it is so jarring if you didn't live through this time period.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was like, oh my God, they're saying my favorite word.
Yeah. This movie has not obviously aged very well.
And to be 100% honest, I use faggot so much more now than I ever have at any point in my life.
I'm going to maybe take back what I just said. I said this movie hasn't aged very well, but these people using this perverse language, let me grab my cross, let me grab my Bible, are murdered in horrible ways. So
I would argue that the one who's the better of the two dies and the one who's the worse of the two lives and doesn't really seem to learn a lesson.
Let's circle back on this conversation after we watch Hostel Part 2, because I think you're gonna be shook. Hostel Part 2 is good.
I've heard it's
very different. Yeah.
Well, first of all, women. Look at the material.
Yes, we so just quickly for context, listeners, if you haven't seen Hostel Part 2, Hostel Part 1 follows 3 men, Hostel Part 2 follows 3 women. Yeah. So it's a kind of a gender swap.
And they did the whole Hostel movie backwards and in heels.
And there's a musical number.
Yeah. It starts with the telephone game from Bye Bye Birdie. Where they're talking about, have you heard about Slovakia?
I'm so fucking tired of your Bye Bye Birdie references.
I always come in here and I'm like, girl, you have not even seen Bye Bye Birdie. I was in Bye Bye Birdie.
Sad for me.
I played Harvey Johnson.
Okay, I'm going to act like that.
Character
I know.
Who has 2 solos in the telephone game.
Whoa.
So
that's your legacy.
It's me calling a bunch of girls' houses and trying to get them to go on a date with me and them saying no. So it's not a fun role.
So while watching Hostel, you really could relate.
Super triggered, yeah.
Yeah, you were activated.
Like, you know what? This is a room of faggots.
Gay.
Gay. So, the gayest thing ever happens.
Okay.
Paxton and Josh fuck Natalia and Svetlana. And at one point, Paxton just fully mounts Josh before going into the other room.
Wait, is it Paxton or Ollie?
No, Ollie's gone at this point.
Oh, okay, got it. Yes,
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
We're almost at a diva down situation for Ollie, but Paxton and Josh are fucking people,
right?
And then so
well, Paxton is like Josh is like Paxton is after mounting. Josh gets off him, goes and does his business, pretty much like beside.
Yeah.
Josh, and Josh is like, he's talking to his lady friend and is like, should we kind of like go all the way, kind of like they're going all the way, and she's like, yes.
This is Slovakia.
Shut up.
This is
Eastern Europe.
Barcelona.
So
we're going all the way.
Josh, we get a cut to the next morning, and the boys are their cups are full or drained.
Their balls are empty and their cups are full.
Oh yeah, don't they say like my balls are? They say, I feel like they say something like no cum in those balls. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Cut this.
I do feel like there is a No Country for Old Men pun in there. No cum for old balls.
You know what we should do? I find the bleep. There's a technical term for it, but I just don't know it. The bleep sound anytime someone says something expletive. I find that very funny, and I feel like we should definitely utilize that whenever we post this episode.
Yeah, you can figure out how to do that.
There has to be some.
I personally will not be taking on a new technology.
There's gotta be some
Riverside
feature.
Can just bleep out slurs.
Yeah.
But
there's got to be some feature.
Like when I have said the F slur in reels before, and I just I mute the second half, or I mute the f, so you just get.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying, but Instagram isn't gonna flag me.
I know what you're saying.
I don't know. I love the word. What am I supposed? I'm allowed to say it.
Well, I think we've reclaimed the word. Yeah, you're allowed to say it. We as queer people the queer society has reclaimed
as cis white 30-something gay men. We get to determine who says what slurs.
Yeah, the two of us. The two of us specifically. We were signed into law
to a 14-year term. 3 years ago. The Gay Slur president and vice president,
right?
As the president of Gay Slurs, I determined that
I'm the vice president. I said,
"Do you think you're going to be the vice president of Gay Slurs, the president of Gay Slurs?" I don't think so, honey.
Yeah, you use the Gay Slurs a lot more than I do. I said, "Let's go to DC," and you said, "Got it." And we took a detour to Lindsey Graham's house.
Yeah,
we banged on the door.
He was discoursing about how we shouldn't be saying queer because back in his day as a young gay man,
right,
people call him queer,
right,
and it hurt his feelings,
right.
And I said, counterpoint, shut up, faggot. And now he's not with us anymore.
Gone but not forgotten.
Gone maybe gone. Lindsey Graham is in Gone Girl 2
right now. Gone but not forgotten, parentheses derogatory.
You're gonna cut.
Yeah.
Actually,
good idea.
Who am I to say I'm gonna cut that crazy tangent we just did? You may be coming in the middle of a sentence because I may have cut a tangent or I left it in. I don't know. There's no way to know for sure.
There's no way to know.
So the next morning, Ollie has checked out of the hostel. Their balls are empty, but their room is also empty because their friend from Iceland is gone.
Right.
And I think his balls might be empty. They're no longer connected to his head.
Something's empty on him.
But so
question mark.
So his another woman, Kana, who's staying at the hostel, comes up to them and shows them a picture of Ollie and her friend Yuki and says, "Hey, they were hanging out last night and they're both gone now. Isn't that crazy?" Yep. And they're like, "I don't know. Isn't that crazy?"
They're like, "We don't really know him." Well, they think a little more on it and they say, "We don't really know him that well. He's got a daughter. You know, he could have
in fact hit the road and left us here, you know?
Yeah.
So
and so they're wandering the town. Paxton tells Josh a story about how he watched a girl drown when he was a kid.
yeah, this is so random.
Which
Is
that very RuPaul coded?
Is it?
Yeah, RuPaul tells a story about seeing someone in the Hudson River drowning and doing nothing. What is RuPaul going to do? Is RuPaul supposed to jump into the Hudson River?
Maybe.
I don't.
How old was he?
I shouldn't have shared the story. I don't remember that many details about it, but it happened.
I feel like we should throw in an allegedly.
Allegedly.
No,
it's if you Google RuPaul Hudson River, you'll get.
I believe you. By the way,
actually, you know what? I'm gonna break my no AI rule and read the AI summary of RuPaul Hudson River
as it relates to this hostel scene.
Yeah.
Wow, did not expect to go down this route.
It stems from a controversial 2015 BuzzFeed News interview where RuPaul recounted watching a man on a capsized sailboat from his apartment window. Instead of calling emergency services, he admitted he went into the phone thinking, I've got to call someone. But then I thought, what's the best I can do? You know what? I'm going to pray for this person. I'm going to send them loving energy. And that's very Paxton describing what happened when he saw a kid drowning.
Well, he said he did a little more than that. He ran to the lifeguard and said, hey, there's someone drowning. But the lifeguard was like courting a girly. So the lifeguard wasn't paying attention. So the person ended up drowning.
Very Crystal Lake coded.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. So I don't know. This is a random story that I think is supposed to make us viewers sympathize with Paxton, but it ended up just feeling out of nowhere.
Kind of superfluous information.
Yes, correct.
Information that didn't really change how I felt about him one way or another.
Yeah, that's true. He's too far gone at this point.
So we have more kids with gum. And that's where Josh teaches Paxton how to get the kids to stop bugging you by giving them gum.
I didn't know. Why is gum such a hot commodity?
It's actually money in Slovakia. I think Eli Roth thinks it is, at least.
I used to chew gum a lot.
Me too. I still chew gum a lot.
Early 2000s, Orbit, 5 gum. Are you kidding me? Like the marketing was unbelievable.
So I have this thing though, because I used to chew so much gum and now I don't as much anymore. There are gums I can't chew anymore because they make me feel sad. Because they were gums I chewed at sad periods of my life. Like I chewed a lot of Orbit sweet mint gum when my grandma was dying.
Okay.
And so I was driving across the state and I was like really tired. So I was chewing a ton of gum to keep myself awake. And I can't chew that. I think they've discontinued it since, but I can't chew that flavor of gum anymore because it makes me sad.
This is a profound Stuart lore drop that
I have very my senses are my history. I have very like there's music I can't listen to because I was sad at points. There's like there's a lot like I'm very connected to my senses and my memory. Which is funny because I can't remember anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's test that.
I have a lot of emotional memory. Because I'm a Cancer.
I knew we were going in astrological route.
I have a very
was going to end up there.
I have a very emotionally sensitive memory, and that's on period.
Well, I'm going to let that breathe because I'm a heartless bitch. So,
and they, Paxton and Josh, after giving gum to kids, see someone wearing Ollie's jacket walking into the Museum of Torture.
They think it's Ollie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the ticket collection in this museum is incredible.
Remind me because I forget.
It's a guillotine.
Oh, yeah.
You put your ticket in a guillotine, they slice off the bottom half, and you go about your way.
That's right.
I liked this. I thought this is a comedic beat I wouldn't have imagined was in this movie. From like the reputation of Hostel, which is like they go through a whole museum of torture. It's hijinks.
It's hijinks. It's obviously foreshadowing what's to come. It's
side shadowing kind of.
And once again, just kind of watching this, and I actually went back and watched the trailer, looked at some of the marketing, and I was like, wow, I wonder what this movie would have been if it in the lead up to its release didn't take itself was marketed as unseriously as it actually is.
Yeah, and I wonder if Saw hadn't come out, how this movie would have been because I think this movie probably would have been. I think this movie was a contemporary to Saw, not a Saw chaser.
Yeah, I do feel like I saw from the producers of Saw in the trailer, maybe, or something.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they like wrote it after they saw
Saw.
Saw. Because like this movie was developed after Cabin Fever came out in 2002. And it filmed. It doesn't say when it filmed, but so it's like I think this movie was more of a contemporary than a chaser of Saw. And I'm talking because I'm trying to figure out if this came out before or after Saw 2. This came out a month before Saw 2.
Interesting.
So I feel like the advertising was the thing that was the most influenced by Saw.
Yeah, for sure.
But even then, it wasn't advertised knowing what a juggernaut the Saw franchise was going to become.
Right.
It was advertised as sort of like the follow-up. And this came out in America through Lionsgate, which also released Saw.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, no, it is. It's
but like, if Saw hadn't come out between when they were making this movie and when they released it, I think we would have gotten more of a traditional horror, like a Jeepers Creepers style ad.
Right.
Like something like, we're on a road trip, we're having fun until we're not.
Right. Yeah, they really jettisoned the. Well, I mean, Saw takes itself so seriously, right?
Yeah,
so
Saw,
they said, okay, we can sort of match that energy in the marketing, because obviously they couldn't match it in the movie because it was already made. But I
like, this movie is gross. Like, don't get me wrong. It's intense. It's very extreme.
It's objectively upsetting.
As someone, when this movie came out, I was a sophomore in high school, maybe a freshman. No, a sophomore. And I saw Saw 2. I don't know I think Saw 3 was the first one I saw in theaters. But my perception was that Hostel was a more intense franchise than even Saw movies. And now, because the Saw movies, especially those early ones, are so self-serious, and this is not a self-serious movie at all.
Well, there's also an Agatha Christie-esque kind of mystery element to the Saw movies that gives them a little more flavor. Hostel is just straight up kind of like people are tortured. Like, there isn't really like a narrative device that makes it sort of interesting, frankly.
Well, and especially in this movie, the killers are so
you come for the gore.
They're so generic that they're like, the characters' names are like American businessmen and German surgeon and Dutch businessman. It's not like, well, Rick is the big bad of this movie. Like, there's no Rick.
There's no singular villain.
But so
except for the three main friends
Paxton,
who are homophobic,
Josh and Ollie, who are villains in their own right, who are then later victimized by somehow. It's like the scene in The Phantom Menace where they're I hate this.
I love where this is going.
They're going through the planet core of Naboo to get from the Gungan city all the way over to the capital of Thebes.
Sure.
And a big fish is chasing them. And then another big fish eats that. And then another big fish eats that.
Nice.
Reverse nesting. These are the bad fish. But then the other people are the worst fish.
Yes.
That was a long walk.
But you know what? I feel like there's a lot of Star Wars crossover with our audience, so they'll appreciate that.
I hope.
I think another example is in Jurassic. If
you liked my Star Wars reference, text yes to 90909.
And let us know if we
text no to Jesse.
Yeah, text no to me, and then that way we'll know to make more Star Wars references.
Yes.
Or not.
But
I vote you should. So speaking of big baddies
That was a bad
Ollie's dead.
circle back. Ollie's dead.
Yeah. So we get a picture from him that just says, "I go home." He's doing Instagram stories before we were. He was doing Instagram stories before Instagram. And then the camera pans out and reveals that the picture of his face is actually his head's decapitated from his body. Classic.
They must have had a lot of fun making this movie.
So it's KMBFX,
Okay.
which is
Shout
Greg
out.
Nicotero's company. And Greg Nicotero is famous for he does all the gore on the Walking Dead stuff.
Cool. Shout out.
Yeah.
Hell
But so
yeah.
he and Robert Kurtzman and Howard Berger founded KMBFX in 1988. They worked on movies such as Evil Dead 2, Phantasm 2, Creep Show, Day of the Dead.
Whoa.
Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, really just like huge stuff.
So there's a lot of talent behind the camera.
Yeah. But he's worked a lot with Quentin Tarantino. He did Kill Bill Volume 1 and Kill Bill Volume 2. Do you want me to just keep reading his IMDb page?
I think we're good.
I think we're good. I think we got it. I think as I was saying it, I think we got it. Wow, I'm really Jesseing this up.
Whoa. Okay. Shots fired at me. Catching strays for not really any
I don't
reason.
think I would call that a stray. I do think that was a targeted attack.
I guess.
Not to defend you against myself.
It started as an attack on yourself, and then it moved into an attack on me, which, to be honest with you,
many of my attacks
on
you start out as attacks on myself, and then I say, what if I diverted the attention I just put on myself and then bullied Jesse?
And I say, you know what, Stuart?
It's my birthday
I slept
weekend.
4 hours. Yeah, I said it's your birthday weekend. You can have a treat. You can have a treat.
Yeah. So we see Yuki is still alive. We get a really good match cut between them going to cut off her toe, and then we go back to Kana cutting her toenails.
Yes.
That again, like that's a fun little beat.
Yeah.
Like this movie does get very gross, but it's like it's not too gross.
Right. Yeah.
Too fast.
That was really fun. I actually wrote that in my notes, so thank you for bringing that up. The jump cut to clipping toenails, lol, is what I wrote. LOL.
So Paxton and Josh are like, okay, Ollie is gone. Let's go to Barcelona. We don't like it here. And so they're like, it's our last night. Let's just like stay in. And the girls are like, let's go out. And so they go out. Paxton gets so drunk he locks himself in a storage closet.
Right.
Josh gets drugged.
Right.
And so he gets taken to the factory.
The factory. Capital F. The factory.
And so Paxton's locked in the storage unit. Josh wakes up in the storage, the torture room
closet. Oh yes.
Repeatedly drilled. To film that, they actually filmed pork.
Oh.
They put fake blood into pork and then drilled into the pork to get the close-ups, which is gross.
Pretty disgusting, and also I would imagine a nightmare for logistical purpose to set up.
And I think it probably smelled because meat does that.
I know. I really need to. I should have watched this with the director's commentary on to just get a taste of.
I watched some YouTube clips about it.
Okay, thank you for. Thank you.
I should know something.
Yeah, I should. If we're going to talk
like
about
to
it,
know something.
You like to come up with some facts every now and then. You know, you like to bring truth to the table every now and then.
I like to bring truth to power. And by power, I mean
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah. But so it's revealed that the man repeatedly drilling Josh is the Dutch tourist, which is not the way we thought he was going to drill Josh.
Right.
That's a gay sex joke.
I know. I just wanted to sit with that. Yeah, I got it.
You just wanted to like let it ruminate and feel how sweaty that
Jesse,
joke
that was a gay sex joke.
Yeah.
He penis
have
in
you
his
heard of it?
Do you think I'm sure jokes were made on set like at like literally like around this scene? Like, oh, remember when you wanted to drill him on the train? I think the grossest part of the scene though comes when he the Dutch guy, I forget his name.
He does not have a name.
He doesn't have a name. He cuts the back of Paxton's ankles.
Yeah, he cuts his Achilles tendons
and says, "You're free to go." opens the door. Hey, get up, walk out.
Yeah, leave.
Paxton stands up, falls to the fucking ground. Josh stands up, falls to the ground.
And you see it.
Yeah, it's gross.
You see the ankle slits. It's very gross. And
this
then
one is good about showing you what violence is occurring.
Well, and this is very, like, from this point on, the movie is violent. Previous to this, we actually haven't seen any violence, really.
Right.
The opening credits are over, like, the cleanup of gore.
Right.
But, like, other than that, it's a lot of implied violence. We see Ollie's head, but it's not super gory. They don't show us the toe.
Right.
So this is, like, the turning point of the movie. And also, I think if you're watching this movie for the first time, you're pretty sure that Jay Hernandez is going to be the guy who goes first and that Josh is our final guy because he seems to be the nicer one.
Yep.
So now we're like, oh.
It's subversive in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Paxton wakes up the next day in the storage unit. He has been checked out of the hostel. And he goes to look for his friends. But the kids steal his cell phone.
Yeah, the kids are just like not.
They were wildin'.
The kids are both they're free agents, but it's kind of unclear until later in the movie if they're working with the hostile businessmen or just
I think they're working
menacing.
with whoever has the right amount of gum.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. That's literally true as we come to find out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he goes to the cops who are like, don't worry about it. It's fine. You're being drama.
Cops helpful in other countries as well.
Yes. And then he finds Natalie and Svetlana and asks them, have you seen Josh? And they're like, no, diva. What are you talking about?
He finds them in a bar drinking with a mysterious looking guy. And by the way, they look in this scene, they're stripped of their makeup. They're intentionally made to look kind of like grimy, so as to implicate that they are, in fact, not good people.
When he checks back into the hostel, he goes back up to his room, and there's two different hot women asking him to go to the sauna. So you start to get, like, the repetitive nature of the scam.
Yeah.
And so Natalia's like, oh, Josh is at an art show on the outside of town. Let's go.
Exhibit. It's called she says, oh yeah, it's called an exhibit.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, well, we went to the art museum downtown. And she's like, not that one.
Yeah.
Not that one.
He's like, I love art.
And so this is where we get the Takashi Miike cameo. He's exiting the factory. And he's like, it's great in there.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it.
It's great in there. You're gonna love it. And Paxton says, okay, thanks, dude.
And so he
sees Takashi Miike.
He goes in. He's told it's free for him, which is not a red flag at all for him. He's like, I'm a hot American tourist. Of course, I don't have to pay to go to the art exhibit. And then he sees the art, which is the Dutch dude sewing Josh back together.
Yeah.
And then the security guards drag him away.
Yeah.
And this is where we start to see the extent of the torture factory. We see, I think, 5 or 6 different rooms of people being tortured in various ways. Right. And the classic Slovakia. It is just like Saturday morning in Slovakia.
Yeah. Wake up, watch your cartoons, and then head to the meat factory.
Head to the torture.
The torture factory.
Yeah, I think Meat Factory was actually better, and I halfway through was like, you shouldn't have said anything. You should have just let Jesse finish. But
have my
small victories.
Win. Have my victories. But yeah, Josh is, Paxton. I keep confusing the two of them. Paxton is tied up, and he starts to speak, interestingly enough, German So I think this guy's actually German. I think we might have been mistaken.
This is a different guy.
He starts to speak. Okay, yeah. He starts to speak. Yeah. Yes, you're right. He starts to speak German to the guy torturing him, and the guy is put off because he was told that Paxton is American. Torturing Americans is attractive. In fact, like we come to find out that like
It's more
there's
expensive.
there's like a price breakdown of based on heritage, like how much people cost to torture, and maybe unsurprisingly, Americans cost the most. And so after Paxton speaking German, this guy's like, "Wait a minute, I'm not into this." So he goes and grabs a ball gag, and shortly thereafter, Paxton throws up, and the puke kind of spews out around the gag, and it's nasty.
Gross. This from here on out, we're in gross territory.
We're in gross territory.
Yeah. He's chainsawing. Johann, the German surgeon, has a chainsaw. He chainsaws two of Paxton's fingers off, but also accidentally chainsaws the restraints.
He slips on the ball gag, right?
No, he slips on the fingers. But he walks away to get like a running start at a tied up guy with the chainsaw. It's like, you don't need a running start. The chainsaw does most of the work. It's why it's a saw on
when
chain.
You've never used a chainsaw.
Yeah. But he slips Looney Tunes style on fingers, and then the chainsaw lands on his leg, in a reference to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but it does cut like the whole leg off.
Yeah, he's cooked. Cooked. And Paxton manages to slip out of his chains and finishes off the German. And this is kind of where we get sort of like him evading workers of the factory as he goes like from room to room trying to escape.
Yeah, hiding with the body parts truck. He sees Josh has his mouth sewn closed. And he escapes. He hits a guy in the head with a meat cleaver.
Yeah.
And then goes upstairs where we run into a guy from Suits. That's all I recognize that guy from.
You know what else he's from? He's the dad in Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, oh, an Eli Roth collaborator. Love that.
An E. Roth original.
An E. Roth original, baby. A Thanksgiving alum. So and he's great. This guy is really fun.
Yeah, he's like a good moment for this.
Yes.
Where it's just like, okay, like I feel like a lot of the actors besides the lead in this movie are very generic.
Yeah.
To get like a connection to like a real actor who like he's like, I don't even know if I want to do it fast or if I want to do it slow.
Yeah, this guy's an American.
And
he's like, let's.
He's like, you know what? He's like, I used to do sex tourism, but like a pussy's a pussy, which is something I'm always saying.
You're always saying that.
Yeah,
and this guy's American, and he's like, what should I? I don't know, what weapon should I use? And then Paxton's like, I think you should do it quickly. Just do it. Use the gun. Do it quickly. And he's like, no.
But he leaves the gun. Which is good for Paxton. So Paxton gets out of the building, about to leave, and he hears Kana screaming. And so he goes back in, finds the American guy blow-torching her eye out of her face.
Oh, it's so awful.
This is actually truly one of the grossest things I've ever seen in a movie.
It's really bad. Yeah. Her eyes like hanging out. I'm like, why would you do this? So Paxton shoots him? Or
yes.
Kills it. Yeah, shoots and kills him. And her Kana's eyes hanging out, and Paxton picks up some scissors and cuts it off. Cuts off the eye. I'm like, why would you do that?
And then, pus comes out.
And pus spews out, and they make a run for it.
Yeah. They make a run for it. They drive through the city. They see Natalia, Svetlana, and Alexei in the streets together. And Alexei's the guy from Holland, who sent them to Bratislava, who really set this whole movie in motion. And Paxton runs them over, backs over one of the girls again.
Yeah.
And says, "Die, bitches."
Yeah, impressive driving from someone who has just lost a few fingers. I appreciated
but he didn't lose like the important ones. He's still
I think it was his left hand. I think.
Yeah, he's fine.
So he's fine.
He's doing a lot better than Kana.
but yeah, he he hits the shit out of them, and one of them is Svetlana, I think, is still alive, and then like they're being chased in another car by the evil businessmen, and the evil businessmen don't give a fuck. They run over Svetlana because she's in the middle of the road.
And then they find the bubblegum kids, give them a whole bag of bubblegum, and then the bubblegum kids kill the security guards that are following.
Yeah.
They throw rocks at them. They're like, it's like weird. They're smiling.
This is crazy.
I do see why Slovakia was like,
yeah,
this is not great.
This is our children killing.
Yeah,
people.
This is not a good tourism PR for the country.
This is our children killing people for bubblegum, and that just isn't how things work here. So I understand why they would be upset.
I understand the upset,
Yeah. In America, that might
fly.
That might fly.
People kill people for less in America.
Oh. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
They're killing for some Big League Chew.
That Big League Chew and so
good.
Yeah, it is good. God, I used to have it all the time when I was a kid. I think it just...
Well, that was when you were trying to quit dip.
Dip is so fascinating to me.
So gross.
Like, I'm like putting something and leaving it in your mouth and walking around. I'm just like, this is so... It's just so gross.
Yeah, no. I'm famously not a dipper.
And you have to spit famously, really?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I mean, who is?
You simply don't. I know. I can't think of any of my friends that have. I mean,
people are doing the Zen all the time.
Zen is dip adjacent, right?
Yeah, it's dip with a condom around it.
Yeah. That's a really good description. Zen, if you're listening, you can have
you can use that. And an ad for free.
Yeah.
So they get away from everyone. They're stopped in like a police stop getting out of town. But by the time the police get there, they're out of the car and at the train station. There's a security guard, there's police, there's a ton of people at this train station. It's very precarious for them. But lucky for Paxton, Kana sees her face in a mirror and jumps in front of a train.
Really
distracting
upsetting.
everyone, allowing him to get on another train to flee Bratislava.
Really upsetting. Really upsetting. Yeah.
And we get a little button where he hears the Dutch guy on the train. And follows him. They at the next train station, follows him into the bathroom. Drops the hunting club business card, which is the torture
calling
company's business card, which is where he saw the like different country rates earlier.
Yeah.
Drops it under the toilet stall. Chops off a couple of his fingers, gives him a swirly, and then slits his throat.
Yeah, the most violent part of that being the swirly.
Swirly in the guy's own piss.
The toilet should have had poop. You know, to give the swirly, it should have had. I
think that's too much, Jesse. I think that's sick.
Oh, it should have had poop. Eli Roth.
It should have had poop.
A note from this pod: if you make another one, more poop.
More poop.
Put some poop.
Yeah.
Put some poop in there. Put some poop.
Yeah,
we need some poop in it. Hostel prequel.
Scat, both the music and the poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hostel Part 4. It's a prequel in the medieval times. Kim Cattrall is inexplicably scatting, and there's poop.
Yeah,
is a pillar of the plot. Yeah.
And that's Hostel.
Get it made.
And until Hostel 4, that's Hostel.
That's Hostel.
Next week we're going to be concluding double feature summer with Hostel 2, Jesse's favorite movie.
I love it.
So thanks so much for joining us. If you want to support the pod, hop over at patreon.com/anothergayyhorrorpod. You can listen to our Hostel 2 episode now. No need to wait. You can also check out, we have a Patreon exclusive episode about the TV show Widow's Bay.
So good.
So if you're a member of our Sisters in Horror level, you can hop in and really see what we thought about Widow's Bay, a show
lock in
we both really liked. I like saying, if you want to pay money, you can see what we thought about the show. Also, here are our feelings about this show.
Well, I think I know. I think
we talked for 30 minutes.
We talked for 30 minutes. It's such a good show, and people, I feel like, really love it. And I think they can't get enough of it. And if you want more discourse around it, go to our Patreon.
Yeah,
God,
if you've been
really
thinking
bad pitch.
Widow's Bay is great, what do two gay guys think about it?
Yes,
Hop on our Patreon.
Gotta say, it's a really good episode. I love it. I love the show. You love the show. I love talking to you, and that's all I have to say.
I love talking to you too. I'm sorry I bully you sometimes.
It's fine. I'm used to it. It's your birthday.
It's okay. You're so used to it at this point.
It's your birthday.
Yeah,
it's your birthday.
And let's celebrate that.
And let's wake that up. Period, baby.
And I'll see you in a few hours for my birthday party.
Can't wait. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
This podcast has been presented and produced by Stuart Ross and Jesse Tappet. Edited by Stuart Ross. All recording equipment provided by Photo Booth Productions. To support our podcast, join us at patreon.com/anothergayhorrorpod.